Hey, Taurus, it's Angela. We're here to do your July 2022 general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. And as always, this reading is soul guidance. It's not predictive or psychic or anything external. This is just sort of tapping into possibilities, areas that you can attune to within you, and then sort of a detailed path to achieve next level awareness on that aspect of yourself, whatever that is. This isn't a, it's not really a psychic reading. It's not anything external. It's more starting within you and then finding ways to better ourselves, through the guidance. And so I pulled an oracle card for you from the deck called Goddess Love. It's a beautiful deck if you want to ever get one and play with it. It's wonderful. And the card I pulled for you, Taurus, is Shine. This is gorgeous. Hold your head high. Don't give away or don't hide those things that the uniqueness in you, right? Don't temper any aspect of yourself that makes you unique in order to sort of fit in, right? You want to shine above and beyond what anyone else is doing, right? Tap into that unique part of you and live it out loud. Okay. All right. Let's see what the Zen cards say as far as this vibration of shining goes. I love this. This is beautiful. You're a unique being and you should know that. And in all your interactions, you should sort of declare that by your energy. Your energy should carry that. Okay, so your starting point, Taurus, is isolation. So yeah, this is the opposite of this, right? This figure is, hidden deep into these blocks of ice and really cut off from the rest of the people around them and also from themselves. You're cut off from the shine if you're living like this, holding back, holding in, not really showing up as your full self. This is, of course, it's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to melt the ice and suddenly I'm going to shine, right? But it is just a reminder that those spaces within you that aren't really shared with others, maybe you can find some people that you can safely, shine with. There might be some parts of us that, a darkness within us or a period of time in our life that we're not so proud of, or certain habits that we have that we want to hide, that we want to kind of keep hidden from others. Maybe they're self-destructive habits. Maybe I have a tendency for severe jealousy and I can't control it and it's really embarrassing and I try to keep it in check, right? Well, this guidance is kind of calling for you to go ahead and just be honest. And it doesn't have to be with the entire world, broadcast out, but you can find certain select people that you can trust your your closed off spaces with, those spaces that you keep just for yourself. You don't have to be a full open book to everyone, but find ways that you can sort of melt that ice, right? And the way that this figure is melting that ice is by showing emotion, by crying and showing who they really are. It melts, it dissolves that illusion that we're cut off from one another, right? And then you have the space to shine and tap into your uniqueness and bring it out. So this is a starting card. This doesn't mean it's where you are and you're going to stay there, but it's just a matter of sort of attuning to where you have little hidden spaces, where you have things that you hide, but that it results in you feeling cut off from others, right? Internally, within you, you got the breakthrough card. So this is going to be really true for some of you. I know this is a general reading, but I'm really feeling this out, that to a point you've been holding back, and within you, intuitively, that's not going to hold much longer, right? this breakthrough and that explosion in this figure is actually happening in their third chakra, which is their self-expression, which is their self-empowerment. This is what makes me unique. Here I am, right? And that's the whole vibration of this shine card. So within you, you're knowing that, this holding back and holding in isn't getting me anywhere. And yeah, maybe at some point I wanted to tame certain aspects of myself so that I wouldn't stand out too much and I would be able to feel like I fit in. But I think if you're here on this channel, listening to this guidance, you already have a sense that that's kind of a bogus path, right? To not show the most unique and special parts of yourself, to have to hold them back. Like, what? Like that's the opposite, right? Of being able to thrive. And I think, internally and spiritually and at the core of your soul, that what you have to offer and your unique voice is valid and worthy just because you're here. Like the minute you were born, you were worthy and valid, right? And I think you may start to be getting that. And within you, you're really like, this stuff's not going to hold. This energy of containing myself is not going to hold, right? It's just not. And soon I'll be shining. Okay, let's go back to the spread, the external card here. So this combination here of sort of just calling awareness to those places within us where we're sheltering ourselves or cutting ourselves off from others. And then knowing that it's going to come out, if I allow it, these little hidden parts of myself, if I allow them to sort of show up, that's the start of my path, toward my next stage of development. That's it. I know, that internally, that. Okay. And then in your external world, that results in integration. Wow. So this is taking those little inner spaces and letting them come out into your external world or sharing them with specific people, but then being able to hold that all in place and make sure, let all of it be true and valid. Let all of it be part of your growth. Even the parts of you that were worried and vulnerable and frightened to show up as your unique self, that's part of what brought you here now too. So being able to sit and allow all of it to be true, right, is going to be, a really great result of having some of this stuff come out, your true unique self, let your full alignment show up and shine into the world, and then carry that with you going forward. And it's a beautiful start there to this reading. Then the key to moving forward is in this card here, and this level up here is once you've arrived at a new level of consciousness or awareness. And your key here is new vision. Okay, Taurus. So I have these unique aspects of myself that I know are different from others. Maybe I've had certain challenges that have taught me deeply, what's right and wrong for me. And I have a knack for knowing, what's going to get me to my next level. And maybe other people don't. Maybe I could share that knowledge with them. Or I have, I have some unique talents that I'm sort of embarrassed to put myself out there. I don't really want to be on stage. I don't really want to be out there. But maybe you could share some of those talents with your closest people so that the expression and the truth of it, that shine can really be true for you. This doesn't have to be the whole entire world has to receive your shine, right? But that at least you're expressing it out and letting others really get to know what you're about and who you are. And that creates this sort of new vision vibration, is just by sort of loosening up those tighter spaces within you and those places that have been held down and held back. Loosen it up a little, let some of it like peek out a little bit every now and then and share it with others. That helps you set the landscape and set the table for your next forward motion. And you can aim your sights to whatever it is you want to achieve, right? But being able to point your arrow toward goals without your fully aligned, integrated self being the one who's stepping forward, it's not going to bring you the most authentic experience, right? Because if you're holding back on any aspect of yourself, as far as, your gifts or your skills or your knowledge, then, moving forward into a new goal becomes a little bit hampered by, I got to contain this part of me in a box and I have to keep it there, right? So this is just allowing stuff to come flowing up and out, shared with people whom you trust. It does not have to be, you don't have to get on social media and just say, oh, I'm a singer now. If that's not, if you love to sing and you love to sing for the way it makes you feel an expression, then you sing, right? You might want to record yourself and let that out. And so that you can sort of document your shine in that way, but you don't have to spread it out and broadcast it out to the rest of the world, right? That's not necessary. Okay, so now we've got our aims pointed toward that newness, toward that, okay, this is my new way of being, right? I'm going to continue to unpeel this onion and let people know who I am as I discover it, right? As I discover these aspects of myself and who I am and what I like and what, flames my fire, then as I discover it, I'm able to express it out and be it. And then head my sights toward, that next way of being, or that next level of awareness. And then once you get there to the next level of awareness, I pulled clinging to the past. So now the past is going to be in your rear view, right? The old ways of holding things back, keeping things in, not really wanting to show up as my full self because it creates vulnerability in me, which, as your inner being knows, it doesn't hold there long, right? Or, we just end up going nowhere. We need the forward motion. We need that outward stuff. So now you're getting that you can remove, the sort of like this box of memories that's around her head. You can just, you can start to remove that and not stay attached to those old ways and the old ways that prevented your shine. And you're starting to learn that. And within you, you're getting this because within you, there's an excitement building. It's like, oh yeah, not only am I going to shine, but I'm going to have a lot of fun doing it. And I'm going to continue to discover, starting within, continue to discover those things that I want to express out. And, we're not all just one thing, right? As human beings, we're so complex. And there's our spiritual self, our physical, our mental, our way we connect with others. There's the skills that we carry. There's the thoughts and beliefs that we carry, which frames and forms our experience, right? And just starting to be able to get all that, and that's that integration card, right? Just letting all of that be present. And even if to a certain point you believe certain beliefs that keep your interactions with others limited. Say, I don't know, I only want to be friends with people with blue eyes because people with blue eyes look kinder or whatever, right? I'm just making this up, but we have these ingrained beliefs that we've developed ourselves. Some of it's been taught to us, but we've bought into it and we've kept it in our being, that are very limiting and that keep us from our own growth. So once you start to drop those walls and drop those past beliefs and paradigms that you've been living by, you get it. Within you, your internal being, your intuitive self feels the excitement, feels like, oh, wow, this is a new way to show up. And yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And then the overall outcome, or the card that sort of puts the nail in the coffin for this reading, that really drives the thing home, the message home, is slowing down. So this is something that it's like a whole nother level of, tapping into what this sort of shine card means. But really what I'm going to say in general is, as you're taking each step, as you're making each move, as you're, tapping into your internal being and then expressing it out to others, be deliberate about it, right? Be very, in this very moment, how much of this stuff am I revealing, to myself, and how much of it will be revealed out? And then let's absorb what the effect of that is. I've made more connections just by showing who I am. I have this group of friends that have always, known me to be one way, but as I start to peel off that onion, the layers of myself, and become more and more and emerge as a more full and complex being, I'm attracting other people into my life and other friendships, and I'm creating new circles. So all of this it's all very exciting and very good for our own personal and spiritual development, but we could also miss out on some of the gains that we get from it if we're not tending to each moment, right? And staying kind of like the tortoise, his feet are under him every step he takes, and they're very deliberate steps. And this is kind of the pace that we want you to sort of be attuned to, Taurus, as you're making these personal developments. But really overall, as the card says, hold your head high, be your full self. And, there's no shame, and no shame allowed, right? It's a matter of, removing some of the walls you've built to protect yourself or to keep yourself sheltered or hidden, and removing some of those walls one by one, right? At a slow pace, like the turtle goes, and allowing your truest self to just keep emerging. I love it. So focus on that a little bit this summer or this month, and let's see how, what the results are for you. I'm eager to hear, from some of you, if this reading has resonated and made sense. And yeah, thanks for being here, and I'll see you guys again soon.